What a great way to start the stream with some peppy music. Hey everyone, how's it going?
Hell yeah.
This is Liam of GL9001. I am joined by...
Disney girl.
And the one who probably won't talk for most of it.
Speaking of, I should... So,
Do the male voices off.
Due to your absence, I turned on Tatsuya's voice. Let me turn that off. And Masasugi.
Also, Tatsuya is the most attractive male character in this game thus far. So.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Oh, come on.
Being just a dude, like, come on. Protag kun.
I mean, I like Aoi.
No. Okay, the reason why... Okay, Tatsuya, 1, looks good. Nice hair. 2, works at a factory and has been working there for a whole long time and is able to do special products that, you know, aren't made anymore. And talent like that is really hard to come by, so...
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. Cool appearance.
Anyways.
But it's nice.
Read it.
Okay. Yep. It went that way!
Leave it to me! At Ageha's signal, I ran ahead to block the cat's escape route.
Oh my gosh. What's a tortoiseshell?
Ageha and I blocked the stray cat's paths, and it searched for a third route. And there was...
Come here, kitty!
There was Kotori, as she made an almost sickeningly cheerful smile.
See, I've got those anchovies that you like, and there's so many more of them.
Now that's how to talk to a cat. Kotori dangled an anchovy, which captivated the cat. However, as expected of a stray cat, it didn't let down its guard easily.
Hurry! Use the secret weapon!
Kotori nodded, and took out a small fishing rod. An anchovy hung on the end of the line.
Look!
Seems dangerous.
Just like a blessing descending from heaven, the anchovy drew the stray cat's attention. With Kotori's skillful waving of the rod, she was almost literally reeling the cat towards her with the anchovy.
Come on!
Just as the cat reached out its paw, Kotori timed the pulling away of the anchovy so that the cat could not reach it. It really was a little bit mean. Eventually, the cat, running out of patience, used its last resort. Jump.
Yump.
The cat jumped onto Kotori's lap all by itself.
I've got you!
Amazingly, the cat settled into Kotori's arms.
Alright! The plan was a big success!
I can't believe it fell for such a stupid plan. I felt like saying, "Come on, stray cat, you can do better than that." Hang on.
Helping effects were not added later in. Good kitty.
Kotori gulping. That was a very delayed reaction on my part, but I don't care. Kotori showed a side that we'd never seen before and smiled affectionately while stroking the cat. The cat seemed like he didn't like being stroked, but because of the anchovies, he wasn't going to run away.
You're cute, aren't you? You're a good boy, aren't you?
Oh!
This cat is quite beautiful considering he's a stray. Hello there.
Ageha started stroking him too. Girls really like cats. Right?
That is true. That is true. 100% true. We love cats and cuddly things.
Is it okay if I stroke him too?
No!
I knew it.
Not allowed. Hey, he's scared of you! We went to all that trouble catching him. Don't make him run away again.
Yikes, there is some lag. But I like cats too. This seemed a bit unfair. Hey, remember that moment in Harry Potter where they talk about unicorns and how only women can touch them?
Okay, that's actually okay. That actually like would make sense though. If your whole species was hunted down by men with rifles, I would be scared of men too.
I don't think they're
Because unicorns were almost extinct. Well, no, I know with once, but like if you have majorly males chasing after you,
Fair enough, I guess.
like trying to kill you,
Yeah,
I
I
would,
guess.
yeah.
This seemed a bit unfair.
What's next?
Next is, I opened the notebook to check. Things I want to do. It was a list of bullet points that Kotori had written in her notebook. So, shit!
So, stroke the cat has been completed.
We were now in the middle of clearing Kotori's list of things she still had left to do. As Agaha and I looked at the notebook, Kotori looked at us sideways, but not with suspicion. How did this situation occur? To answer that, we need to go back to this morning. This morning, I was in two minds as to whether or not I should return the withdrawal notice that I picked up to its rightful owner. Of course, you should give back missing items, but if I gave this back, she might have disappeared, so I held on to it. If that's what she wanted to do, I had no reason to stop her, but I was hesitant for some reason. So I was walking back and forth along the hallway, but Kotori...
Because you like her. That's why you hesitate.
Hell yeah, he does. He likes her, and we haven't even had a chance to pick her out yet.
I know, right?
Kotori, who we haven't even made it through the prologue, who was wearing her uniform, poked her head out from her room. She was furtively checking the situation.
Furtively.
Yeah, furtively. Okay. She slammed the door shut when our eyes met. Why is she acting so suspiciously? Kotori was always doing something suspicious. Sus. I can't believe it. Can't believe I said that. Never saying it again.
I mean, honestly, if we put all these characters into an Among Us game, who would be the most sus? Kotori, of course.
Yeah.
Should just act
Should
sus,
be the
man.
equivalent of Red.
And then Agaha would just be the imposter and nobody would be
Oh,
any the wiser.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was Hotaru the whole time! I just realized Alex has no idea who Hotaru is.
No. Hotaru would be the quote-unquote third imposter.
Oh,
where
yeah.
Agaha would tell her, but like
Wait,
she'd hold it like...
Who'd be the second imposter? Because there's
Oh,
two
no,
imposters
I just
in
meant
the
as
game.
like the phrase, I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know.
No, because usually there's two imposters in a game. I wonder who the second one would be.
Masa?
What? Masa? Why are we talking about this serious?
No, Masa would be the first to die.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh,
you're
true,
right.
true.
How many times has Agaha threatened Masa so far?
Yes.
Too many. Yeah, but if
The
he was
answer
the
is
imposter
yes.
with her, she'd be forced to work with him.
By the way,
And that would be hilarious
one
to
thing
see
I'm
on it.
not a huge fan of the Switch version of this game is that there were some nicknames that the characters refer to each other as that were cut out for some reason. Like,
Really?
I believe, Masa is referred to as Mabo by, Agaha and, Aoi. And,
Wait, why Maba?
Mabo, B-O-U.
Mabo? Mabu?
B-O-U. I don't know. I don't know that nickname. They also called Tatsuya Anchan.
Anchan?
A-N-CHAN. Yeah.
I'm like,
Which I believe is...
oh, instead of One-chan, Anchan.
Yeah. 'Cause it's like Aniki. Yeah.
Mm, I guess that makes sense. Because he's like their older brother.
Yeah. Katori was always doing something suspicious, but there was definitely something behind her behavior just now. Shit!
When isn't there something behind her behavior?
I concealed myself in the
Honestly.
dining hall for a while. I waited 10 minutes. Hattie appeared from the little door at the bottom of Kotori's bedroom door. Hattie took a look around the entranceway, then came into the dining hall.
Quack, 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 quack,
Hey,
quack,
Hattie's the
quack.
guy. I take the duck.
I was thinking waddle noises.
Wait,
Like, you know, as they walk, the little slaps to the pitter patter of the
Yeah.
feet, but like they
I
kind of.
have to take what I can get, Gracie. I
Okay.
call Dominion over the over
Okay,
the
then you do those.
Hattie went back to Kotori's room, quacking all the way.
Perfect. That was perfect. There was no one there?
Quack, quack.
Good.
What does she mean by good? Kotori came sneaking out of her room. She took a peek into the dining hall just in case, and I hid behind the counter.
Looks like no one's here. If that guy catches me, he'll make such a fuss.
When she said that guy, it felt like she was talking about me. Well, no shit.
Well, yeah, you're the only guy in the whole dang house. Why wouldn't she
Yeah.
talk about you?
Kotori was wearing her uniform, but she wasn't carrying her bag. In the entranceway, she opened up her notebook and looked inside. I snuck up behind her.
I did this before, so today...
Are you going to skip school again today?
Ah!
Kotori jumped, let out a scream, and threw the notebook. Hey, you gotta pay attention. You gotta know where people are going.
I would have hit whoever it was in the face by accident.
Yeah.
Honestly. But what are you doing here? I thought the coast was clear.
That's why you should stop sending a duck to scout for you.
I mean, valid.
As I picked up the notebook that she dropped, I looked at the open page. Things I want to. This was the page I saw before.
Give my notebook back.
Could it be that you're planning to do all of this before you quit school? Seems like I was spot on.
I'm going to finish all the things we're reading today. That's enough. Now give it back.
I handed back the notebook. Then I followed Kotori as she was about to leave.
Why are you following me?
I'm going to help.
Huh? Why?
It must be tough by yourself, right? Kotori looked at me like I was an idiot. As we stood by the doorbell rang. Who could it be at this time?
Good morning.
Ageha.
Oh, you're both here.
What did you come here for?
Well,
Ageha pulled me towards her and whispered into my ear.
Yesterday something felt a bit strange, and I thought she might start skipping school again.
So she came all the way here to ask Kotori to go to school with her? Bullseye.
Seriously?
Yeah, the truth is that... How should I explain this? Kotori, I'm just gonna borrow your notebook. I went back to Kotori and took the notebook.
Hey!
Yoink! Using that, I explained the situation to Ageha. I explained that today she wanted to finish the things I want to do list that was written in the notebook. I didn't tell her about Kotori's plan to quit school.
It's like a big job.
Ageha groaned a little as she looked at the list.
That's right. This is why I'm taking a day off school. I guess that's the only way. I'll help too.
That's how... that's how Ageha and I ended up going with Kotori, against her wishes, to clear the things remaining on the list one by one. As far as us urgently searching for members for the club went, last night we had come up with a possible prospect. That's why we were going with Kotori.
That's enough. Now go to school, you two.
No! Said Kotori,
No.
while stroking the cat, but we didn't listen.
Okay, next is pedigree at the Ito's house.
Ageha pointed to the next line and read it out. Stroke the head of the big dog in the neighborhood. It's scary, but it might be unexpectedly friendly. From the list. The Ito family was rich and had a well-known and very large dog called Pedigree that roamed around freely in their garden. When we were kids, it was rare to see such big dogs, and we would often watch him lumbering around their spacious lawn. Spacious yawn! I'd like to ride around on its back. So far, I had lifted up Kotori on 2 occasions. Both times, she felt as light as a feather. Well, perhaps that's exaggerating slightly, but she was really light.
It's Katori, she should be able to do it. He is a St. Bernard after all.
Pedigree was a St. Bernard. They're pretty huge. While seriously considering Kotori's silly idea, we headed towards the Ito's house. Windmill Hill?
I think it would be Ito because
okay.
like the I is normally pronounced like E.
Okay.
Sorry. I was just
It's fine.
Yeah.
That's you. Shit.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I've started to sweat.
Ageha put the baggage down on the grass.
But there's a breeze here, which feels good.
The day was dry and sunny, and the temperature wasn't that high. It was quite hot in the sunlight, but there was a nice breeze. Here. I threw a sports drink to Ageha.
Oh, thanks.
There's one for you too, Kotori. I took some orange juice from the convenience store bag and passed it to Kotori.
Thanks.
You want to sit down here?
Huh?
Ageha, give me a hand, would you? Ageha, who looked like she was enjoying her sports drink, got up and came over.
What are you doing?
I want to help put Kotori down here.
There's no need. Oh, I see.
I left lifting up Kotori and Ageha and told her how to do it. While I gave a hand from the side.
Okay. Here we go. Whew. Thanks.
Kotori sat down on the grass and looked comfortable as she stretched her back.
My butt was getting a bit hot.
Seems that wheelchairs can get quite hot in the summer. Also, we will proceed to not take that line out of context.
Oh yeah, time for lunch.
It was now 12:30. Perfect time for a lunch break. We spread out the lunch boxes that we brought and the juice and snack that we bought from the convenience store. We didn't have a sheet, but it felt like we were having a picnic.
Let's eat. Itadakimasu.
I was literally just about to say that.
Yeah.
I had made lunch for Kotori and myself, and Ageha had brought her own. Itadakimasu.
Oh, you've got a burger, Kotori? Hey, wanna trade it for my spring roll?
Is it a hamburger or a hambagu?
Is it a burger or is it ramen?
Sure.
Is it a burger or is it ramen?
Eat your hamburgers, Apollo.
I only learned recently
Phoenix, I want the goddamn
just how much
burger.
how much different hambagus are. Like they're completely different.
Sure. Yay!
The guy looked like she was enjoying the burger that she got by trading as she wolfed it down.
Oh goodness, excuse me.
That was actually pretty well timed.
Oh, you're good at cooking, aren't you? It makes me lose confidence in my cooking.
Your mom's good at cooking, though, isn't she?
Well, she has way more experience than me.
Kotori's face seemed to say that she wasn't really suited to this situation as she quietly ate her lunch. However, she didn't look as irritated as she was before. Ageha either hadn't noticed or was pretending not to have noticed and carried on behaving the same way she always does.
I guess Katoria's mama issues.
I don't remember.
This is the first time I've ever skipped school. The only time I've thought that I wanted to take a day off was on vaccination days. But maybe it's okay sometimes if you can hang out with your friends like that.
Ageha sounded so playful.
Like this.
She seemed quite excited.
Oh yeah. Okay. I can explain.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can explain
Oh, it is lagging
Vaccination.
so bad.
days. So, an injection
You are lagging
day
so
where they
bad.
they give you like the basic flu shot and a few. Oh goodness. But yeah, they do that at schools in other countries.
Hey, tickle that pickle.
How bad is the lag?
You seem to be back now.
Yeah, he seems to be fine now.
Oh, okay. Were
You're
you
just-
able to understand what I said?
Okay. To be
Vaccination days exist, and it's because the other nations have universal health care.
so you're
As
lagging
opposed
by
to-
a full second.
As opposed to freedom vaccination.
You're lagging by a full second, and I can tell because your green icon lights up a full second before I hear anything, and goes out a full second before you stop talking.
Wow.
Yeah, I can see that now too.
Yeah, their vaccination days work like how, in elementary school we had those health days where they would just take our height and vision tests and stuff like that in school.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like that, but they get basic vaccinations.
right. How are we doing? We're doing well, Tickle. Yeah, if it was lagging too much for you to hear, Tickle that pickle is here.
Yeah, no, I was able to hear that.
Okay. She seemed quite excited about skipping school for the first time. If your mom finds out, she's totally gonna kick your butt!
All I see is Ageha sounded so playful. Still.
I shall fix it.
Is it fixed? Got to be fixed. It says Erk.
It says ilk. Yes.
I,
Ageha's mother didn't hold back when she gave her daughters kicks in the butt. Reminds me
It
of a.
wasn't so much of it.
Oh my god, she does look like the main girl from A Silent Voice.
Oh,
Oh.
I
Oh,
haven't
why not?
seen that because I don't want to cry
Oh.
and get super angrily at characters. So,
One of the biggest redemption arcs in all of anime, I would say. I've been kicked too, many times. Like when Ageha and I got caught playing tricks. She had some pretty strong legs.
that's why you can't tell her.
Yeah, I got it. She kicked me too for something like this. I said that, but I didn't want her to worry unnecessarily. Hmm.
Hey, what's next?
We all looked at the notebook. We managed to finish 5 of them this morning. As for pedigree, the Aitos recognized Ageha, and they let us into the garden. We weren't able to have a ride on his back, but Kotori gave Pedigree a hug, so we counted that as a success. In the end, it was quite tough for her to roll around and play with him. Pedigree probably weighed more than Kotori. On top of that, he licked her all over her face, and you could see the emotions welling up in her face. in her face.
Oh. Yeah, the emotion in your face.
Yeah.
Like, go to Cafe Flags.
I get her read out from the list. Where's that?
It's over there in Wendy's.
Okay, could you like reconnect?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I was right in not having a lot of lines today.
My sincerest apologies.
There's not a whole lot you can do about it, so it's just best to accept the hand that I've been dealt.
Can you just talk, Gracie? Say anything?
I'm talking. I'm saying like the stream's not loading because it's just the all squares doing the loady thing.
Well, it looks like you stopped lagging. At least from what I can see.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, it's over there in Wendy's. You already read that.
I don't need to go there.
Katori, who had suddenly gone red, drew a line through that entry with a red pen. Aya whispered into her ear.
Is there someone you want to go there with?
Oh, yes.
No,
there is.
that's a misunderstanding on your part.
Something was said to Katori, and now she was desperately trying to cover something up. What could it be?
I like coming in and whispering to, what are we whispering about?
Yeah.
I whisper too. Hattie comes in and is just like, quack, quack.
Anyways.
Oh, it's quite a grown-up cafe.
Hey,
It's run
hang
by
on.
famous Pasquier.
I just realized what you said, Alex. Your last sentence just registered in my brain.
What, that Hattie goes up and says quack, quack?
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Go on.
It's quite a grown-up cafe. It's run by famous Pasquier and has delicious sweets.
Do you want to go there?
I said no. It was just a misunderstanding. I just heard someone talking about it at school, so I thought it sounded good. That's all.
Restarting the share because your voice is muffled and you're lagging. Actually, you're not lagging. The stream's lagging. Try it now.
You need to like lower the quality.
It's literally on its lowest possible setting. And it's still muffled. Just talk now.
Hello.
Oh, that's much
My
better.
name is, and I am talking. I don't know.
And as soon as you join the stream, your voice gets muffled again. Are you hearing this too, Alex?
What, yeah.
Yeah. What the hell's going on?
I don't know.
Wait.
Some nonsense, that's
Wait,
what's
that was good.
happening.
That was good. That was good.
I mean, I just like.
Oh, it's good now. It's good now. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Okay, I like jammed my plug-in part for my mic in more. So that might have been the issue.
Anyways.
I didn't know it was that kind of place.
That kind of place. It wasn't just a normal cafe?
It's aimed at couples, so there's a ton of customers like that. Young women in Kazagura go there on dates, so going there is kind of a status symbol. I really didn't know about that.
God, this is like 4 whole seconds of lag. Swoosh. Tori pointed at me. She was strongly denying it, but it wasn't like I really had any suspicions about it. I'm trying it again. Making sure
I'm
it's...
very sorry. The rest of my family is all on the internet as well, so that's probably why it's doing this.
Hmm.
Because again, the whole rest of my family is using the internet at the same time. Their internet proprietors are
Hmm.
crap. Huh? What are you talking about? I didn't write anything about that.
Tori hadn't got red and was looking down. Well, I don't mind. Is that place expensive?
The cakes are about 800 yen per piece. The tea is about the same price.
Jeez!
By $8.
$8 for tea!
Yep.
Gotta be some damn good tea.
A little steep. A little?
The homemade Napoleon cake is one of the most popular things on the menu and is really delicious, apparently.
Oh my god!
That's 1,300 yen.
For some cake?
$13.
I guess it was in the same place as the supermarket that sold high-grade marbled meat for 2,980 yen for 100 grams. In doing house mother work, I could get a small allowance from my mom, so... next month should be good.
I just told you I don't need to go! I just heard from someone that it's a trendy shop that sells delicious cakes and tea. As for going there on a date with a boy, I never said I wanted to do that. I never said it.
You're not
Until just now.
You're not denying it. That must have been important because she said it twice. I was overwhelmed by her vigor and not in agreement without saying anything.
All right, that's the end of that conversation.
For now. Once
Alright, let's get headed over.
Once-
It's time to drop $16 on a meal.
That's-
Not even a meal.
Yeah.
Just
a piece of cake.
Let's drop $16 on a piece of cake and
Two-
some
on
tea.
cake for two. Yeah. One-sidedly dropping the subject, she used her pen to thoroughly blot out the entry.
Okay, I can understand it being priced if they were like huge slices of like a huge cake, but like a normal cake slice, no.
that's like 1 hour's work.
That must be some, like-
per order.
That must be like some Food Wars level of cake. Yeah.
Well, I mean, some like, you know,
If it's
Do you
not,
guys like-
if it doesn't give me, you know,
Cheesecake Factory.
part of it, yeah.
I used to go there a lot as a kid, but like my parents needed to have
well-
self-control, so they stopped going.
They have this like huge chocolate cake, that's like 3 thick layers with a whole bunch of fudge in the middle. Each slice is about $3-4, but like they're huge, and you could share it with more than one person because of how huge it is and how much like, you know, chocolate is in it. So like, if it's something like that, then that makes sense, but if it's just like a normal slice off like a 1-piece cake or a 1-layer cake, then it's like, no, that's not worth it.
Right. Anyways,
Anyway,
it might
there
have
we go.
It might have bled through to the other side of the page.
Oi, you look a little disappointed.
Huh? No, I don't. Yes, I do.
You have a sweet tooth, don't you? I'm honestly,
Yeah.
I'll be disappointed because like, I mean, if they're good sweets, then like, you know, let me at them, you know?
I think she was more referring to the fact that he's not going on a date with Kotori.
No, I know. I'm just like,
Yeah, anyways. Yeah. I wouldn't get disappointed about something like that. Besides, did I really look disappointed? Agaha cleared away the lunchbox and opened a bag of snacks. We bought a lot because it felt like we were going on an excursion. While Agaha ate some Pritz sticks, Prick sticks! Yes. Pretzel sticks are now Pritz sticks. She took another look at the notebook.
Honestly, I like that name more.
Yeah. At the notebook after Kotori had finished blotting it out. Speaking of which, we were in the middle of talking about what to do next.
Hey, what's that?
I was looking at the first entry on the list. It was written much bigger than the other entries. I want to cross the corridor in the sky. Yeah, I thought that was quite mysterious too. What is that?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I'm not the one who wrote this.
Answered Kotori, after munching on the Pritz that Aga had given her. Now that she mentioned it, the handwriting was different. Eat as much Hagen-Dutch as I want. It was written in nice uniform handwriting. However, I want to cross the corridor in the sky was written in a way that seemed bold and spirited.
So, who wrote it? The owner of the notebook, it was already written in here when I found it.
There were a few entries written in this unbridled fashion, and below were the neatly written entries. Kotori had added to it, continuing from what someone else had written. You found it? What do you mean?
I found it in my room when it came to Flying Fish Manor. It was hidden in a gap between the shelves. So this isn't your notebook then?
How much do you want to bet
That's
the
right.
super senior is the one who had the notebook before?
I'm not
Maybe it's
saying
the diary
shit.
of someone who lived there before.
When she said that it was a diary, I felt hesitant to just go ahead and open it. Had Kotori read it?
Does that mean you continue to write in someone's diary?
Without thinking, Agaha and I both made confused faces while Kotori remained quiet. I didn't think that it was because it would be a shame to waste the unused pages. The thing that I was more concerned with was, I want to cross the corridor in the sky? What is a corridor in the sky? If it's clouds we're talking about. I looked up. The sky was blue, with a few clouds spread out. I also looked over at the wind turbines. The turbine blades spun slowly in the wind. They looked a lot like the wings of a glider.
Okay then. Next is donate blood.
I
Let's all
will
go and have our
excuse-
blood taken.
I'll excuse myself. I'll
I
be
kind
back.
of want to do the same.
Huh?
I kind of wanted to do the same. I don't like that thought. Sorry, I'm really anemic when I have my blood drawn. So.
Oh, yeah. I can't do it because I'm underweight.
I remember I had one vial taken out recently, and I was like a millimeter away from passing out afterwards.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Anyways,
Phew, that last one was a bit of a toughie.
my eyes are still flickering. The last thing we did was complete Lady and Silver Gun. The hell is that? The final entry on the list. It was a shoot-'em-up game. And until just now, we were at the video game arcade, where we finally completed it. Because it was so hard, it made getting to the ending all the more impressive.
Wow, that was the real deal, huh?
I'm no good at shmups. The best at this game was Agahan, then Kotori. It seemed that Kotori had played it from time to time when she skipped school before. She must have decided to add it to the list after a series of failed attempts at the game. We had to spend 3,000 yen to complete it. Yeah, just spending
You spent $30 on a arcade game.
I'll buy a real video game. I'm just kidding. Arcade games are real video games, but you know what I mean. Anyways,
Does that mean we've cleared everything on the list? Yeah.
100% completion. We'd also finished the entries that Kotori hadn't written while we were at it. The only one left was to cross the corridor in the sky. Since we didn't know what that meant, we had virtually cleared the whole list.
Now that we finished it, doesn't it feel like it all ended a bit too quickly?
I'm glad we finished before dinner.
You're right. If we want to hang out, we should do it again some other day.
I love how this is literally a be home in time for dinner situation. I'll finish it all and be home in time for dinner.
Yep.
What's up?
Nothing.
Kotori's expression seemed dark. The same as Ageha. It looked as she felt unexpectedly disappointed now that it was all over, like it wasn't enough.
Alright, I'm hungry. I think I'd better head back now.
Hopefully your mom won't find out about this.
It's fine. Our homeroom teacher isn't that diligent.
But Hotaru is quite serious. If she realizes that you hadn't gone to school, she might tell your mom, right?
Ugh, if that happens, I'm taking you down with me.
What? How could you? Are you gonna tell on me?
It's been 5 years. You should go and get a kick in the butt from my mom.
Ageha then turned to Kotori.
Thanks for today. I had a really good time, thanks to you. Yeah. Okay, see you tomorrow.
Ageha smiled and turned to leave. With a spring in her step, she walked up the gentle slope. Kotori went to say something, so Ageha stopped walking. Kotori looked down and faltered as she spoke. This time, she looked like she was about to cry. Ageha waited for a while for Kotori to open her mouth. Patiently. However, Kotori didn't say any more.
Hey, Kotori. The truth is, I came around today because I had something I wanted to talk to you about. Something you wanted to talk to me about? Let's be in the soaring club together. I heard it from Aoi. You know a lot about gliders, don't you? You always had fun when you went to the garage, didn't you? If we're in the club together, it would definitely be great fun. Every day would be like today. I'm sure of it. Don't you think?
Ageha closed her mouth and waited for a reply. There was no mistake that Kotori was in two minds. She was certainly interested in gliders, so I thought she would actually really like to join the soaring club. That's why now, she might be able to express those feelings.
I said I wouldn't do it, didn't I? But why? Just because it's got nothing to do with you.
Ageha's expression dropped at Kotori's blunt refusal.
Why do you have to say it like that? Because you're sticking your nose in. If you feel this way, don't you think that's why you don't get involved in class?
This time, Kotori seemed irritated by Ageha's remark.
Well, excuse me for not getting more involved. I don't go kissing up to everyone's friend like a certain somebody. Kissing up to people?
Hold it! Calm down, both of you. Why are you arguing all of a sudden? I stepped in, so they couldn't ignore me. After we had such a fun day, let's just cut it. Whoa! Ageha pushed me aside like it was in her way. It was no good. It looked like she was quite pissed off about the kissing up comment.
I don't agree with the way everyone has behaved recently. Of course you would feel angry at them for speaking to you like that. However, I also think that you have some negative points. Like what? See, that's what I mean.
Agaha pointed her finger at Kotori's face, as if to say, "There, irrefutable evidence."
You're always so... How can I say... defiant. That's why everyone misunderstands you. Like, how we were hanging out today, couldn't you have opened up a little? Thank you for your kindness. I never asked for it, though. You don't have to say it like that. You're really pissing me off. You really are kind. Huh? I know all about it. The reason why you've been speaking to me so much is because our teacher asked you to.
Faltering for a moment from hearing Kotori's words, Agaha stayed tight-lipped. Her cheeks went red.
Or is it the reason why you're being kind to me because you feel sorry for me? I'm sick of being treated like that.
Kotori told her, then turned her wheelchair sideways.
Goodbye.
Hey! With that, she left by herself. Agaha.
It's fine. What she said, it's all true.
That's not the reason why you did it, though, is it? Aren't you also being misunderstood?
I'm sorry. I'll go now.
Ageha, this time looking like she didn't want to talk, with trembling shoulders, climbed the gentle slope. I watched her from behind as she left, and then hurried back to the dormitory. Oh, you missed shit going down.
I mean, here's the thing. I have a problem where listen. I have a problem with needles and blood.
It
all that
didn't
kind of
happen,
stuff.
they skipped it.
I left before that happened, so I guess I suffer.
I watched her from behind as she left, and then hurried back to the dormitory. Literally the next frame, they talk about how they had beaten a video game or something.
One frame before that, and also I can't see.
Shit!
Oh yeah.
Kotori! Hey, Kotori!
Wah.
Hattie came out as if to protest about the noise. Hey, is your buddy in there?
Wah.
Get out of the way, will ya? I moved Hattie out of the way and took a peek into Kotori's room through the duck door. Damn, Hattie's in the way, I can't see.
Hey, you mustn't do that!
Ah, Kanako! Good lord, this lag. Has she come back yet? Six, seven,
It's
8.
stuck on Kaneko. Hey, you mustn't do that. It looks like she's still not back.
Did some shit? Is it frozen again?
I can see the new
Yeah.
page, but probably she can't.
She's also lagging like hell.
It's probably her thing then, unfortunately.
I mean, with it like this, I don't know if you'll want to continue. I mean, you can continue, like, with the girl voice actors and stuff. I just, with it lagging like this, I don't want to keep, like, holding you back and stuff.
Let's try one more.
Did something?
Yeah, kinda. Can I ask you to prepare dinner?
Huh? Me?
Please! Hello?
You're joking. I can't do that. Hi? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you were the one who asked me. Don't blame me for whatever happens. God, it would all been. What's my hand moving?
That's not what it looks like, though. I called out to her, but without surprise, Katori looked at me for a moment, then quickly looking back at the lake. At night, the lake looked like a vast black mass of darkness lying sideways. On the other side was Windmill Hill, which looked beautiful when illuminated. Since she hadn't come back to the dormitory, I guessed that she might be here, and here she was. What are you doing here? A self-assessment? I said in a light-hearted way, but she didn't answer. Let's go back. It's almost time for dinner. Kotori shook her head. You can't stay here, can you?
No way. I don't want to go back.
Why not?
I don't want today to end.
Oh. She mumbled quietly as her cheeks quivered for a moment. What do you mean?
If I go back to my room, it will all be over.
Oh.
Today was so much fun. I don't want it to end.
Sounded like she was getting tearful.
It's been so long since I spent time with friends like this.
Out with the soon, in with the dairy. Kotori.
Even so, it ended with an argument.
Yes, that's true. You can't round off a fun day with an argument. For me, today was an unbelievably fun day. It was like going back to when I was a kid, playing stupid pranks from sunrise to sunset. It made me feel good to know that Kotori felt the same way. About Ageha, I didn't see whatever happened in class, so I can't really say, but she's a simple person, so I don't think she would have done what the teacher asked if she didn't want to.
Yeah.
However, even if she hadn't been asked, she's the type who would do it if she wanted to anyway. That sometimes causes problems, though, right? I said jokingly, and Kotori smiled a little.
Yeah, I know.
And today, she wasn't asked to, but she skipped school with us, didn't she? That was the first time she had skipped school, and only stuck with us because that's how things turned out. She's not a bad person. I think that maybe she really wants to be your friend. Even Ageha wouldn't go this far just for the sake of being kind. Hmm?
My legs became like this 2 years ago. It was an accident when I was on vacation. Until then, I was just like you and her, walking around, running. I had lots of friends, and I was in a sports club. I played volleyball.
Really? I imagine Kotori jumping up from the floor and launching an attack on the opponent's court. No doubt about it, she would have been brilliant. Spectacular.
My legs were injured in the accident, and now I can't do much without a wheelchair. The school I went to didn't have any elevators, and there were stairs all around the school.
Even a 5 centimeter step is a huge obstacle for someone in a wheelchair.
just going to school became a huge problem. The life I had before the accident, going to eat hamburgers with everyone after school, going to buy clothes. Those things that most people take for granted, I couldn't do a single one of them. Then everyone started to keep their distance. I guess it was obvious because we couldn't hang out together.
That can't be true. If they were your friends, they wouldn't have cared. They could have still hung out with you. Saying that might just be oversimplifying things, though. At the very least, that was what she actually experienced.
One time, in the homeroom, the teacher noticed that I was isolated from the others and said this. Tori has been through so much. Let's all try to get along with her. I was really shocked. I suddenly realized exactly the predicament I was in. After that, I secretly cried by myself. I felt so frustrated, so pathetic. Oh, is it paused again? Okay. To have everyone be so careful around me, I hated it, but there was nothing I could do.
Tori's hands were trembling as she held onto the hem of her skirt. It looked like the frustrations of that time had come back to haunt her.
That's why I came here. The school has full wheelchair access, so I could go there by myself without inconveniencing anyone.
At our school, Kotori could go there by herself and get around the school without anyone's help.
But it was no good. A place like school, you can't just go there all by yourself.
It wasn't just a physical problem. It's a social environment, and you can't get by without being involved with other people.
Like, there are too many things I just can't do by myself. Like change my tire or get into the bath. I'm just so tired of it all.
She murmured as she spoke and looked across the windmill hill on the other bank. The composed forms of the giant turbines seemed to have a calming effect on her. That would be pretty tiring.
It is, you know? Don't you think that I've tried really hard until now?
I do. I agreed from the bottom of my heart. I couldn't just say something simple like, try even harder.
Is the search for new members for the soaring club going well?
Looks like we might be able to do something. I just hope we make it in time, though.
I see. That's good. That weird girl, Ane, she's been doing her best all by herself this whole time, huh? It would be terrible for her to have to stop halfway. I would like to try flying one day, too. In that glider.
Kotori narrowed her eyes as she spoke. She looked across to the sky above Windmill Hill. Hey, you... don't really want to quit school, do you?
That's not it. My mom and dad are worried about me, too. If I were to quit school and go back home, they would be pleased.
Press X to doubt. Kotori smiled when she said that, but to me, it looked like she was forcing herself to smile. I sat next to Kotori, and just like her, looked at the view of the opposite bank. Before I came back to Kazugawara, I was in the road bicycle racing club at a school really far from here. When I started to speak, she glanced at me and didn't say anything while she listened to me. There are sports scholarships for that too, you know? I trained desperately every day so that I could win a scholarship. The practice was seriously tough, but riding the bike felt good, so it didn't really feel like such hard work. Road bike races are incredibly tiring. In a big competition, you cycle around 60 miles in one day.
60 miles? That's crazy.
I know, right? And you have to go over hills on the way. Hill climbing is complete hell. While climbing, I always want to give up. But after climbing it, cycling down the hill feels amazing.
Really?
I couldn't tell if Kotori was impressed or envious when she responded. That part is fun, so that's why I thought I'd try racing. In one competition, I came third.
That's great. Was that a national competition?
I nodded with pride. Actually, that was one of the few things that I could be proud of. Tatsuya came to watch. I was really happy about that. But then I got greedy. In the first race of the second year, I had an accident. While in the middle of a downhill section, I crashed into another cyclist that fell down, of all things. There were several other racers in my group, and in a hurry to get to the front, I was in a hurry to get to the front and got too close to another bike. Then the accident occurred. The other cyclist suddenly lost his balance, and our bikes got tangled up, so I hit the asphalt while traveling at high speed. With a bitter smile, I rolled up the leg of my pants on the right leg and showed her. My life as a racer ended all too soon because of that accident. The scar from the surgery was still fresh. Kotori looked at it and seemed to be lost for words. From her perspective, I bet she thought that my injury didn't even compare to hers. With rehabilitation, I was able to walk again, and now I now have no problems with everyday life, and the doctor said so too. But I can't ride a bike anymore.
Is that the reason why you quit your previous school?
I nodded quietly. I was a scholarship student, so it was hard for me to be there after I withdrew from school, but I could have stayed there. However, my friends from the Road Bicycle Racing Club were there, and I would watch them practicing. While I watched them doing their best from afar, I was unable to live a normal life. My legs were recovered after the rehabilitation, but I still felt really depressed. I thought that it would have been better if I couldn't move my legs at all, because it would have made it easier to let go. It was painful and difficult, and I didn't know how to handle all my unfocused thoughts. That's why I came back. I ran away back to my hometown. Somehow I felt a sense of relief as I finished telling the story. Now that I thought about it, this was the first time I had spoken to Kotori about this. I hadn't even confided in Agehai and the others about this.
Sometimes we feel like running away, right? There are more hardships in life than things we can enjoy.
The things that Kotori said to comfort me were actually really pessimistic. That must have been how she really felt. However, I didn't tell her this because I wanted to be comforted. There were still things I wanted to say. There are some things that I realized from running away. There's nowhere else to go. There's nowhere left to run to. It's like a dead end, and I still can't see a way forward either.
There's a way. For you, there are other ways.
I thought I would regret it. Running away, I mean. But it wasn't like that. My hometown is the same as it always was. It kindly welcomed me back.
That's good, isn't it?
That makes it even worse. The warmth of my hometown makes me forget my pain and impatience. It felt like I was gradually being paralyzed. The pain, the importance of the things I'd lost. I was forgetting them little by little. If I lost that, would I still be me?
You do have something. The glider.
Yeah, I'm excited to think I could fly in it. I envisioned myself flying through the air as I looked into the night sky. After that, Kotori looked down. Do you have something like that? Something ahead of you if you quit school and go back to your hometown. Kotori looked at me like she was in shock. She desperately tried to hold back the tears that were welling up and about to fall from her eyes.
Don't say things like that. Something so cruel.
Whether something lay ahead or not, I realized then that she had a deep conflict within, even more than I thought she had. You don't think there's anything ahead, do you? That's why, if you have nothing left to do, everything is over.
No. That was just for fun.
If you want a bath, I'll help you get in. If you get a puncture, I'll fix it for you. I'll help you if you need it, so... A tear ran down Kotori's cheeks, but it was only a single tear.
I don't want to be any more of a burden than I already am. Give back my withdrawal notice.
I went to get the withdrawal notice that I'd stuck to the back of the drawer.
So that's where you hid it.
When I held the withdrawal notice in my hands, the terrible things that I had said to her came to the back of my mind. Do you have something like that? Something ahead of you if you quit school and go back to your hometown? I regretted those words as I offered her the withdrawal notice. You dropped this, so I picked it up.
Thanks.
However, Kotori didn't take it straight away. Her taking it would be her deciding her future. But in the end, she reached out her hand. No! I quickly pulled it away, and she seemed embarrassed. I'm not gonna do it.
What?
I'm not gonna give it back. I held on to it and left the room.
Well, welcome back! Dinner's ready! Everyone loved it! We still have a whole pot left. How about it?
I walked up beside Kanako and made it look like I was rummaging around the kitchen.
What are you doing?
Not long after, Kotori came into the dining hall.
Give my withdrawal notice back! Withdrawal notice?
That's too bad. I've already hidden it somewhere else.
What do you think you're doing?
I won't accept it. Just give it another chance.
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about!
Feelings that this situation wasn't fair were bubbling up inside me. I knew how Kotori felt. It must have been incredibly difficult, and it made me feel a pain in my chest, just imagining it. But it had only been 10 days since I got here. I felt like I wanted to do something for her. But wasn't the time that What? But wasn't the time that I'd been given too short? Oh. I get it. I'm just being nosy. I totally get it.
Why are you talking to yourself? Give it back, it's mine!
No way. If you want it back, look for it yourself.
You're so mean! What happened to the sad feelings you had in the nice story that you were telling me just now?
The hell if I know.
Ugh, you really are a meanie after all!
I whistled badly and played dumb.
Hey, Kanako? Yes? You saw where he hid it, didn't you? Where was it now? Even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you. I'd feel so sad if you weren't here.
Kotori's face had gone red. It looks as though her rage gauge has reached max.
Idiot, moron, knucklehead! I could still quit school without it!
Firing off a few parting shots, Kotori hurried out of the dining hall.
Dinner's ready. You can heat it up in the microwave later.
The door at the end of the hallway closed with a slam.
So, where did you hide it?
I pulled the piece of paper out from under my shirt.
Not bad.
Thanks for your help. So is the plot gonna kick in anytime soon? I'm sorry.
It doesn't feel like
I
the
thought that was
prologue.
the plot! that? We finally
Uh,
learned their backstories.
Yeah, I'm talking about
like we're like 2/3 of the way
like-
through the game.
like
Feels like.
the soaring club. We still haven't figured that out.
Oh, true.
Uh,
Hey, we gotta say this at the same time.
Ex-
One,
oh, one.
2, 3.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Oh, what the fuck?
Sumimasen.
Excuse me.
Agaha and I had been called to the staff room during lunch. It was because we had both been absent yesterday. We told the truth and said we'd been hanging out. After that, we received a severe scolding from our homeroom teacher. We should have seen it coming, I guess. It's a good thing they didn't contact our parents.
Yeah.
Ageha wasn't her usually cheerful self this morning.
I said something terrible yesterday, didn't I? I just couldn't stop myself from getting angry.
Hey, don't worry about it too much. You know, Katori said she understands. Actually, after the fight with Ageha, Katori had been really down too.
No, that's not it. I think the reason I got so angry was because I worried that she was exactly right. She said that I kiss up to everyone to make them like me.
You don't kiss up to people though, do you?
I wonder. There are lots of people who I get along with, but I don't feel close to anyone like you and the others.
Ageha got along with everyone, but it didn't seem like there was anyone she was particularly close to. To be honest, I thought it was a little strange. I'm the same. I get along with everyone when I was in the cycling club, but I just couldn't talk to them the same way. I guess I just hadn't spent the same amount of time with them. I had been friends with Ageha and the others longer than I could remember. If I had to say I was close to anyone... Baka baka baka! Suddenly, a bunch of insults sprang to mind. Do we really get along?
It was true that the teacher asked me to do it. I was told to make it easy for her to join it with everyone.
Even if
Join in with everyone.
Even if we weren't
Sorry.
told to, you would have asked her anyway, right?
Well, I wanted to, but I just didn't have the confidence. I guess in the end, asking her to join the club had the opposite effect.
Katori wasn't at school today either. Ageha thought it was her fault and was blaming herself. This morning, when I had woken up, Katori had already been gone. There were signs that she had been in the kitchen, and it looked like she had been searching for the withdrawal notice. Actually, it was in the drawer in my room.
Again.
It's not your fault that Katori hasn't come to school.
Why do you think that?
It's not just what I think. There are other reasons.
Huh?
The truth is, I didn't want anyone to hear what I had to say. I quickly looked around to make sure that the coast was clear. Katori wants to quit school.
Huh?
I think she's felt like that for a long time. Maybe even since before I came back here. Ageha was surprised to hear this out of the blue and didn't say anything.
Then,
It's not just because she argued with the girls in the class. There's a deeper reason for it. I think that it's also the reason for her recent behavior and attitude.
that's why she didn't join the soaring club.
Yeah, since she's planning to quit school soon, she must have thought it would cause problems for us.
So, yesterday's argument...
It was because you both misunderstood each other.
This isn't right. We still haven't cleared things up. If Katori disappears as things are now, I feel terrible.
Ageha took her anger out on me by hitting me in the chest. Hey, no need to hit me.
You should have told me that sooner, you idiot.
I only found out about it by accident. I can't just go around telling other people her secrets, can I? I had found the withdrawal notice by accident. I didn't even know if she was serious about submitting it. It wasn't like I could ask her about it either.
But...
I'm sorry. That hurt. Seriously, stop punching me. But ever since then, it had seemed like she didn't want to quit school anymore. She'd been coming to school, helping with meal prep, and it looked like she'd been enjoying herself. I just assumed that everything was okay now.
I'm going there to apologize. Oi, come with me.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I mean, you live there, so...
Yeah. I did my best to comfort Agaha as she started to cry. God, that just reminds me of the best cry ever video, if you've ever seen that.
No.
Of, like, the guy going...
Also, why not have a guy friend? Guy friends are supposed to be punching bags for girls.
Shut the
No, I'm
fuck
joking.
up.
I'm joking!
It was Friday. Akari Kumoi, vice president of the student council, had given us until today to gather more members for the soaring club. After school, I went with Agaha to the garage, along with someone else. The four of us, including Amane, lined up as Akari came to see us. Oh, look who it is. The vice president was clearly unimpressed.
Who is this?
What do you mean? She's a new member.
I'm the new club member, Kaneko Shigure. Rejected!
Dun dun dun.
What?
Unfortunate.
Please explain.
Yes. I told you that ghost members wouldn't be accepted. What exactly are you assuming here?
This is the tyranny of the student council.
Yes, what's wrong with belonging for the sky? This person is a repeat offender that acts as a ghost member. There have been 6 previous cases.
What?
What? Well, I get bored easily. That is why I reject it. Come on, it's okay, isn't it? We're in the same class, aren't we?
You two are in the same class? I guess they were in the same grade.
Come on, Akari. Please don't cling to me like that.
Akari flat out refused Kanako. It seems like she was used to dealing with her.
Are there any other members?
No.
In that case, the club's status is revoked. Vice President, please take this.
Amane sheepishly passed Akari a printed report. It was a summary of the Soaring Club's activities that she had compiled.
What do you think? In all these years, you've only flown once, a few days ago. Also, the fact that this occurred during lesson time is outrageous. You don't take part in any competitions or school festivals, and you haven't provided any announcements of your work or research. This falls into the category of an individual hobby, not something that you would call fit for a school club. Right.
Amane! You can't just... Oh, shit.
You can't just meekly admit it like that! There's nothing else that can be done. Whatever happens, there's a place I'd like to go to.
There was something that sounded like a desperate appeal in Amane's voice.
A place you'd like to go to? I promised Izuka.
Akari said nothing as she continued, and as she looked at Amane as if she were carefully considering her words.
Well, there are only 3 members, which is not enough. There has been no research announcements. However...
However?
You...
The vice president looked as if she was about to say something very important, but then looked behind us towards the back of the garage. I wonder who it could be.
Sorry!
Coming in clutch. None of us had noticed her either. She must have entered at some point.
I came to give something back.
She was talking to Amane.
To me? Yes.
But Kotori did not come towards us. Next to the glider, with its sheet removed, she was looking down at something on her lap. Amane walked over to her.
What is it? Once this is complete, will it fly above the clouds? Huh?
Kotori looked at the white, sleek aircraft. Then she held out the object from her lap. It was a photograph.
Can I go to this place? This is...
When Amane saw what it was, her eyes widened in surprise.
This photo. Where did you find it?
Tears welled up in her eyes.
What is it?
I don't know. Oh, by the way, I think we're gonna clear the prologue today.
This is just the prologue?
Yeah.
Yes. We haven't made any decisions whatsoever.
Yeah, eventually we get choices. Ageha and I walked over and looked at the photograph Kotori was holding. It was a photograph of clouds. A sunset, dyed in indigo and orange. Or was it a sunrise? In the beautifully colored clear morning glow was a huge line of clouds, which looked like a passage extending across the sky. A kind of cloud corridor.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. We were all fascinated by the miraculous spectacle shown in the photograph.
Can I go to this place?
Kotori asked again. For a moment, I couldn't make the mental connection between the question and the photograph. It didn't really seem like a place that one could possibly go to. This place.
You want to go here? Above the clouds?
In this glider. As I looked at the photograph, I envisioned the white aircraft without an engine flying across the sky. It was so graceful. What a miraculous sight it would be. All of us, even Akari, held our breath as we waited for Amane's answer. Can it go to this place?
Yeah, you can go there.
She took the photograph and looked at it nostalgically.
This is what Azuka said. She's a genius.
Amane, still with tears in her eyes, smiled happily.
I want to join too. That's if someone like me won't be a burden.
She spoke with a lack of confidence in her voice. However, in her eyes seemed to be a strong determination. When Amane saw those eyes, she answered.
Of course. You're very welcome.
The end of prologue.
Oh, finally.
Alright, now that the prologue's over and I get choices, I don't want to be part of this club. I want to play baseball.
I want to play.
We gotta watch the awesome intro again. God, I love this intro.
nice.
That's so pretty.
Wow, that was such a pretty photo.
Hang on. I gotta save for real.
Mm.
Why am I expecting because that's where we're heading off for the day. Damon.
I have to admit it was.
Yo, it's only been an hour. An hour and 25. But still.
Oh, something upset you, Akari?
Are you sad that you couldn't shut us down?
No, not at all. She said she didn't want to shut us down, though. Katori appeared just as you were about to bring down a rain of pain upon them. They just thought that you were a nagging, angry kind of person, didn't they, Akari? Don't sound so happy when you say that. I'm the one who accepted this thankless task. I'm the only one who understands you, isn't that right?
Why is Kaneko literally Chica?
Pika.
From, Kaguya-sama.
Oh. Oh my gosh, yes!
She's literally Chica when she does that.
Join the board games club?
Like, can we get that?
Can we have more funding for the board game club? I'll give you a cola.
Can we get some? Can we get a Kaneko version of Chica's dance?
No.
Thanks. Could you let go of me?
I love you so much, Kaguya!
It's not that I'm in a bad mood or anything. It's just that I've been thinking. Hey, Kaneko. Yeah? That transfer student. Who is he? He's the house mother. House mother? Yeah, he's a nice guy. Have you fallen for him?
I mean, she does not have a route.
Badness. Don't be ridiculous. He's only just transferred here, but he can already handle Mochizuki so well. I just thought he was very astute, that's all. Are you praising him? Yes.
Huh.
Huh. Huh. Huh.
For now,
Oh.
the number of members needed for the club had been reached, and the vice president had left the garage. Kaneko had left with her. The rest of us continued to look at the photograph that Katori had brought.
Such a beautiful sky.
But these clouds are a very unusual shape.
Yeah, I've never seen clouds like this before. Me neither. These clouds appeared before you or I were born. Before we were born?
Such a mysterious photo. It really was a beautiful photograph. It was like the pictures you would see in old photo albums. The sort that you would take to the Photoshop to have developed.
This phenomenon is known as the morning glory. It only occurs under certain conditions.
By the way, I'm really sorry, but hearing like the voice actors try and say morning glory is some of the most god-awful English that I've ever heard.
Morning glory.
Morning, it's like morning glory or something.
Well, yeah, because they don't really have
Morning glory.
L. Glory.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have L's.
Hey, hang on, I actually want to hear it. Hang on. Shit! Oh, yeah, that would... I want to turn on Agaha's voice just for a second. Why is this such a complicated process? And I fucked it up. Alright. How does she say it? Oops.
モーニンググローリ
Yeah. That was so much effort for basically nothing. I fucked it up again. There you go. You get a little taste of Agaha's voice.
Morning glory.
It's a long trail of clouds in the sky, several miles long.
Several miles.
It's a very rare phenomenon, and the most recent occurrence was 26 years ago. The Soaring Club members at the time flew in the glider and took this photo. So, that means...
This photo was taken in Kazagara?
Yes, it was. Was the one who took the photo one of the old members of the club? Yes, that's right.
To think that this amazing spectacle occurred right here, in this town, and the person who took the photograph was a member of this very club. It was like the scene from the photo had become a lot closer than before. Still, it was hard to believe. I couldn't help but be amazed.
Hold on a sec.
Agaha's face looked like she had just realized something important. What is it? Sorry. Shit.
Did you just say that they flew the glider and took this photo? Yes, I did. That's what it says in the flight log. So that means...
Nagaha took another look at the photograph. To take a picture like this, you would need to be well above the clouds. Did the glider actually fly this high?
Well, yes. The physical evidence is right there in front of you.
Nagaha and I turned to look at the white aircraft. I don't know exactly how high it was, but when I pictured this glider actually soaring above the clouds, I just couldn't believe it.
Before I came to the school, the Soaring Club had already lost its status as a club, and all that was left to it was the equipment that was in here. The same goes for this photograph. It was also left behind.
Amane took the photograph in her hands, then looked at it with nostalgia.
This is where Izuka wanted to go. Izuka and I wanted to go to this place, and that's why we started working on the glider.
Isuka. I believe it is Isuka since it's an S, but...
Izuka. Sorry. My brain just went Z. I don't know why.
There was that name again. Whenever Amane said that name, she became very nostalgic. Who was this Isuka person anyway?
Here.
Katori, who had been listening quietly, suddenly held out a notebook to Amane. I thought I had seen it somewhere before. It was the notebook with the lists of things I want to do.
The photo was inside this. Is this Isuka's flight log? Why do you have this? It was at the dormitory, in my room. The dormitory? Are you by any chance living in Flying Fish Manor?
A little surprised, Katori nodded.
It was hidden in a gap between the shelves. It looks like a diary inside. There are things about the glider, and about you written in it. Me? Yes, maybe. You're a good friend of Isuka's, right?
For some reason, Amane didn't answer, and looked at the worn cover of the notebook.
After reading this, I became interested in gliders. Like a bird, a glider can fly through the air, just by using its wings. Aiming to fly above the clouds and something like that, I thought it was amazing. But I thought it was much further back in the past. When I looked at the dates, I thought that Isuka and the others may have graduated already. I didn't think that it would still be going on now.
But if you were interested in gliders, Why didn't you come to see the soaring club before? I asked in a lighthearted manner. Oh, that was supposed to be lighthearted? Shit. Actually, it seemed that she was so interested in gliders that just looking at a real one made her eyes sparkle with wonder. As for the owner of the diary, though, no one knew where she was.
That's, well,
Kotori tightly held the hem of her skirt.
I didn't think I'd be able to join. Katori.
Listening to her words, I felt a dull pain coming from my right knee. A place she couldn't go. That was why she hadn't come to the club. I had been the same when I injured my knee. I had tried to avoid hearing anything about the cycling club. The more I knew, the more envious I would become.
That's why I was surprised when I saw the glider flying over Windmill Hill. It made me so excited I could feel my heart pounding.
That was the time that Kotori and I had first met. In that peaceful landscape, Kotori had watched the glider with such enthusiasm.
Really?
When Amane heard Kotori's story, she took a deep breath.
Can I take a look? Yeah.
Amane put the book down on the table, but didn't start to read it. Instead, she went to boil some water. She came back to the table with some tea. With the aroma of the tea filling the air, Amane sat down and finally turned to the first page. Her cheeks went slightly pink and her eyes seemed kind of nervous. Amane's eyes moved from left to right across the page. Slowly, carefully. It seemed like she was digesting it one letter at a time. She took a sip of tea. Placing the cup back on the saucer, she turned the page. She began to smile. Maybe she had read something funny. She giggled as if she had become lost in memories. The nervousness that was in her eyes when reading the first page had disappeared.
She's smiling.
Yeah. She looked so calm and happy. But then,
Oh.
looking at the next page, her eyes opened wide. She must have seen something surprising. This is just like, okay, this is happy, this is sad, this is shocked.
I'll be right back.
Alright then. From the look on her face, she seemed taken aback as she continued to read. After that, Amane's expression continued to change as she turned the pages. Her face went through many emotions, one after the other.
Hey, so what's in that book anyway? It's a record of the Soaring Club activities. Well, I say that, but really most of it is just a normal diary. It's about how Isuka spent every day with her best friend. The handwriting is pretty bad, so some of it's pretty hard to read. Amani's best friend, huh? I wonder what sort of person Isuka is. She must be pretty strange, I think. Playing tricks on people and surprising them, throwing pies in the dormitory dining hall.
But when you read it, it has an effect on you, didn't it? Or it had, I should say.
Yeah. It all seemed really fun.
We could tell by the look on Amane's face that Isuka's flight log was full of all kinds of stories. It was also proof of the time they had spent together. That the time they had spent together had been equally fun. And it looked like she was reaching the end of the journal. Amane had tears in her eyes. As she smiled nostalgically, a clear drop ran down from the corner of her eye.
Was something sad written in there, I wonder?
But she's smiling.
The log stops halfway through. The last thing in there is a list of things to do.
That must have been the page we'd seen.
I want to cross the corridor in the sky.
Mane mumbled in a quiet voice before bursting into tears. But she was still smiling. She must have been smiling because she was happy. Yeah, because that's what happy means. Sorry. Then the tears must have been because it was all in the past. Just looking at her made me feel a terrible pain inside, like my chest was closing up. After reading the last page, she closed the notebook, and then went back to the first page. This was the third time. Even so, she read it with the same happiness, surprise, sadness, and nostalgia that she had the first time. We quietly watched her as she repeated this again and again. She had only taken a single sip from her tea. It must have been cold by now.
Looks like we have no choice but to leave her to it for now.
Maybe you're right. There were many things I wanted to ask her, but it didn't seem like a good time. As we left the garage, the sky was filled with the colors of sunset. Darkness was approaching, and the eastern sky was a deep red. Oh man, I fucking love this game!
The photo of the clouds was really pretty, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Will we really be able to go there?
I could tell Ageha had been really drawn to the picture. I felt the same way.
Well then, I'm just gonna go and show my face at the robotics club. I'm in 2 clubs at once, but I don't go there every day.
You don't seem too busy. It should be okay, right? Even if she was in another club, it was great that she was here. Sorry for all the trouble.
No, it's fine, bud.
Every time you call me buddy, you usually hit me, so...
You called it!
I promise I did not remember that was gonna happen! Ageha punched my shoulder and turned around to face Kotori, who was trailing behind.
Tori. I'm sorry about yesterday.
Ageha bowed her head with great momentum.
It's fine. I don't think you have anything to apologize for. I didn't know about your situation. Despite that, I spoke to you as if I knew what was going on. I'm really sorry.
記録した
Kotori glanced at me. She must have realized that I told Ageha about her wanting to quit school.
Okay, so this is the thing, right? Whenever you tell someone a secret, the secret's between you and them and their best friend. Every single time, no matter what, no matter the gender of your best friend, it is between the person who told you the secret, you, and your best friend.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yep.
I'm glad you realized that.
Kotori turned her head sideways in an aloof manner. Not an aloof manner this time, as she spoke. I stormed over towards Kotori. Oh no, I remember this!
What? Ouch! Whoa!
I gave her a karate chop to the top of the head.
What are you doing?
From now on, every time you take that kind of attitude, I'm gonna give you a chop.
Chop, 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 chop.
Give him the old...
Huh?
No, don't load. Do not load.
記録した
Give him the old chop chop. Kotori reeled back. Then she looked at me with eyes like a demon or an ogre.
What gives you the right to do that?
Yeah, come on now. You've got something to say, haven't you?
I'm sorry. I said too much as well. You don't kiss up to people. You're just so kind. To the point of it being annoying. Ah! Ah! Hey, that hurts, you know.
If it didn't hurt, you wouldn't remember.
Ugh.
Kotori angrily looked at me, then rubbed her head. Then made the same aloof face and went off in her wheelchair.
Blah! Wow, Aoi. I can't believe you could karate chop a girl like Kotori.
Ageha was a little stunned as she spoke.
Ken, I'm off now. You better go after Katori.
Yeah, see ya.
See ya!
Jane! Agaha looked like she was about to start skipping as she turned to the school building. Then she stopped halfway through.
It looks like things will be interesting from tomorrow.
She called out to me. I caught up with Katori, who had a meek expression on her face as she quietly pushed her wheelchair along. You want me to push you?
No, I don't.
I think this scene is the one where she actually becomes a decent person.
Mm.
Oh, he's gone.
Aw,
He's
Alex
gone.
left.
Is he actually gone? Or is he an AFK? He's actually gone.
Big sad.
I didn't know how tiring it was to push a wheelchair, but moving by just using your arms must have been tiring. I went behind her and pushed the wheelchair.
I said I didn't want you to push me.
I told you that I'd help you, didn't I? I'm not gonna do it all the time, but when my hands are empty, you can rely on me.
But you have no reason to help me.
Yes, I do.
What's that then?
Because we're friends. The power of friendship! I felt a little embarrassed as I said that. If I hadn't been facing her back, I don't think I would have been able to say it.
Oh, you're embarrassed because you know you're more than friends.
Or you want to be.
Or you want to be, yeah.
記録し
Since when have we been friends?
Yesterday we were hanging out, weren't we? That means we're already friends, right? Generally speaking, it wouldn't be incorrect to say so. Katori stayed tight-lipped and didn't answer. We stayed silent for a while as we went along.
Aren't you going to ask me why I decided to stay?
I don't know if I want to ask or not. The main thing is the fact that you are staying.
That withdrawal notice, could you hold on to it for a little while longer?
Sure. It seems like she wasn't quite ready to throw it away.
I mean, this place is like the last bastion. I don't know if I can stay here indefinitely like Amane, but I want to stay a little longer. But sometimes I lose heart. I may not look like it, but I have a lot of worries.
It seems as though she thought she had a tough image or something. You seem like more of a crybaby to me. I kept my thoughts to myself.
Boy! That's why I want you to hold on to it. Would that be okay?
She suddenly seemed to lose her resolve as she turned around to glance at me. Why me of all people? The question came to mind, but I didn't say anything. To be honest, I was kind of happy that she had chosen me. That's fine, but I have one condition.
What?
Katori was on guard. She looked at me as if I was about to make some crazy demand of her or something. You talk to me like I'm a stranger. I want you to use my name more.
Huh?
You always refer to me as you or him. I just want you to call me Owlie. We're friends, aren't we? Would that be a problem? Don't you think of me as your friend? I was a little anxious as I asked her.
No, that's not it. It's just that you... No, I mean... Oi?
See?
Oh.
I got the sense that this was pretty hard for her. Katori, why do you find it so strange to say my name?
We don't know each other well enough to be on a first-name basis.
Well, never mind. Come on, let's go, Miss Habane.
It's okay. I don't mind if you call me Katori.
Okay, then let's go, Katori. Katori had a look on her face that indicated a complex mix of emotions, awkward and shy at the same time. We'll definitely go above the clouds.
Awkward and shy at the same time. That's me every day. Yeah.
There were wispy clouds in the sunset sky. Looking up at the sky, I couldn't help but think, I'm gonna fly. Just thinking about it, I
Yeah,
could
that's
feel my heart skip a beat. Oh yeah, of course.
Hmm. I want to cross the corridor in the sky. That's what you always said, Asuka. Hmm. Hmm? It's dark. When did it become nighttime? Hmm.
Amane closed the journal.
My tea's gone cold. Has everyone gone home? Hmm. I didn't think I could hold out much longer. Asuka, you got through to them, didn't you? You brought them here.
Maybe she could hold out. Just a little longer, until the end of the summer. Ding, 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 ding.
You want to go to one more Extend the Little Wings? Or...
Sure. Because I love this
Okay.
scene, because it actually shows them being friends.
Okay. Quickly, quickly!
There's no need to rush! I'd just come out of the convenience store. Katori had come out before me and was waiting with a plastic bag from the store. I took hold of Katori's wheelchair. Let's go, Katori! Hold on tight!
Alright, let's go!
Following Katori's command, I pushed the wheelchair forward as fast as I could. Isn't that adorable?
Hey, are you okay?
She's concerned for me? Who is this and what has she done with Katori?
I'm an alien species.
Okay. I'm completely fine. I tried to act like nothing was up, but I couldn't hide the fact that I was out of breath. Wow. I'm really out of shape. I'd been trying to run while pushing the wheelchair along, but I quickly discovered how unfit I was. Katori took a sports drink out of the bag from the convenience store.
Here you go, Aloy.
Thanks.
You're getting a bit carried away. Is your knee okay?
My knee? Yeah, no problem. I think. According to the doctor.
Watch, look down and the bones poking out. Oh, that's a problem.
Oh, geez, okay. Alright then. According to the doctor, everyday activity was supposed to be okay. The question was if this was really everyday activity or not.
I mean, you're pushing about, let's see. Wheelchairs, well, her wheelchair looks specialized, so that's probably about 50 to 70 pounds. And then she's about probably 90 pounds.
Well,
Between 90 and 110 pounds, probably.
I mean,
So
I'd hope that, but I mean, he did say she was very light.
well, when you're not using the muscles in your legs, they
Yeah.
dwindle, so that adds a lot of your weight.
Yeah,
so
fair.
she's probably around 90 or something.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I told you halfway that you could stop.
Oh, sorry. I thought you read that.
Nope.
Here, let me just pull that up again. There we go.
There, Sally. I told you halfway that you could stop, but in the end you ran all the way to school.
Since this morning, I had been in high spirits because she's finally being friendly towards me. I have a chance now. And the effects hadn't worn off yet for some reason. I guess it was because our club activities were about to start. Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Today was Saturday, normally a day off, but we intentionally got up early and came to school.
You still have to wear. Wait. They still have to wear their uniforms on school campus on a Saturday?
I guess.
Like, if you're going to school any other day of the week, you should.
Yeah.
Like, that isn't a school day. You should be allowed to not wear your. But whatever.
Yeah.
You went through all the effort to get better, so
Yeah.
take care of yourself, okay?
I recently learned that in England they have this thing called Own Clothes Day.
Oh yeah. Well, because every school in England is treated like a private school, so all the public schools have have uniforms.
Well,
all
yeah, I
public
know that.
schools, all year-round school.
But I find it ridiculous that if it was like an own clothes day, like just that, it'd be one thing. But the fact that you have to pay to wear your own clothes on that day?
Well, it's probably not paying. It's probably like paying with like school points or something.
That's not
And
what
they
I
found
heard.
some other way around it. I don't know.
Anyways, did you read this?
Yeah.
Okay. You're right. I drank from the bottle as we talked. I thirstily gulped down the sports drink. Oh, hello there.
What's that about
Bruh. Yeah. Out of nowhere, Ageha appeared right next to me. It's nothing, no big deal. Yes, I'm telling Katori stuff that I'm not telling you, my best friend, but you know, don't worry about it.
Morning, Katori. Morning, Ageha.
Well, at least you're calling her Ageha now. Katori seemed a little embarrassed as Ageha spoke to her. You got here first?
Nope, I saw you guys racing along at top speed and I followed you.
I guess I hadn't seen her. That's the first time I've...
Shit! That's the first time I've seen someone running and pushing a wheelchair. I'll go on ahead, okay?
You know, I think I get why some people in, like, anime are just, like, completely euphoric when the person they like uses their first name. Katori was being careful around Ageha, and awkwardly said goodbye as she went off. Rather than being annoyed, she seemed more embarrassed than anything. I wondered if Ageha felt the same.
Aoi?
What?
Oh, nothing. Well then, I'm going to go on ahead now too.
Oh, I remember that moment. You can only really tell if you have the voices on, but she's curious about the fact that Katori's using his first name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See Aoi.
And she says, like, Aoi-kun? like, really spelling it out there.
Aoi.
Ageha nonchalantly said goodbye and went on ahead. Hey, wait! Ageha! I followed after them in the direction of the garage. Hello? Amane was already inside the garage. Amane was sitting at the drawing board, absorbed in her work. She was deep in concentration and hadn't noticed us. For a moment, I wasn't sure if I should call out to her, but if we didn't say anything, she might never have noticed us. Hi there, Amane!
Huh? It's you guys.
What's up?
What's up?
Well, you already read that, clearly.
Yeah. What's up? Well, what's up?
Ageha and Katori copied my greetings. From today, we'll do our best. Amane pointed at me and made a troubled face.
You there, what's your name?
Right, I'd never actually told her my name. Even though we'd met several times. Aoi Minase, second year, Class A. I gave a sharp introduction and the others followed suit.
Second year, Class A, Ageha Himegi. Also, second year, Class A, Katori Hanabe. No, Habane.
Habane, yeah.
Aoi, Ageha, Katori. Aoi, Ageha, Katori.
She confirmed our faces and names in order.
I'm a fifth year, Class C, or was it D? I'm Amane Mochizuki.
It was like she had missed so many classes, she couldn't even remember what class she was in.
Thanks for yesterday. Because of you guys, I can continue to stay here.
We were relieved to hear those words of thanks from Amane. Is it really alright for us to join? She had been unsure as to whether she would accept new members. I wondered if she had found the answer she was looking for.
yeah. I welcome you all. Welcome to the Soaring Club.
Either way, it seemed like there was no problem with us joining the club now.
Well then, let's do our best.
She just kind of threw the words out there before returning to the drawing board. She went back to staring at the diagram. And we quickly find out that she has no leadership skills. Amane,
Yes?
what should we be doing?
Oh, that's right. Make yourselves at home. Have a cup of tea.
What is this, K-On?
There's some manga on that shelf too.
On the shelf was every volume of a popular basketball manga. Please tell me it's Slam Dunk.
No, Kuroko's basketball.
How dare you disrespect Slam Dunk? That was the
I haven't
OG
seen Slam
basketball.
Dunk.
That was the OG basketball manga. Like,
My whole
I'm-
family is watching Kuroko's basketball together.
I can understand liking the anime, but in terms of manga, I think Slam Dunk's way better.
I am not able to read manga because A, I don't have a library near me, and B, the bookstore doesn't sell it, and there's way too many issues anyway, so.
I mean, you can get it anywhere online.
No, I know, but manga's like $7 per novel. So expensive.
Yar har fiddly dee. I'm just kidding.
Or no, it's like 12.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
$12 per novel.
Yeah, I don't have very many physical volumes. I do have some. Like I have
yeah,
I have
I'm
the,
trying to get all the ones for Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
I have
Trying
the
to get that whole series.
I have the first volume of No Game No Life. I have a couple of the volumes of ReZero. I have Toradora.
Oh, my mom loves that.
Yeah, I have the
That's one of her favorites.
I have the first volume of the Toradora manga, and it is adorable. Like I've seen the anime before, but the manga is like, how is it that they made Kushieda even that much more adorable? If you remember who that is, I don't know if you've seen.
I didn't watch it. My mom did though.
If you've seen like the short-haired girl with the red hair, that's who I'm referring to. The guy, the girl,
Okay.
the girl the main guy has a crush on, until he doesn't, and goes for the tsundere instead.
Oh.
The covers were faded, and it seemed like they had seen many years of service. Okay, yeah, it's Slam Dunk. Slam Dunk's an old series, so
Yeah.
old but classic. The other two were made faces that said, "This wasn't what I was expecting." My face might have been the same.
Isn't there anything for us to do? I told you, read some manga. Not that, something to do with the glider. Huh?
We really want to get involved with the glider. Mane opened her eyes wide.
That's so? You guys are strange.
What do you think we came here to do? She was one to talk. Amane, could it be that we are in your way by joining the club? Maybe she just wanted to be alone here in the garage.
No, that's not true. It's just that I've been doing this by myself until now, so I don't know what you can do.
Even when Amane had been a step away from the national championship in the robotics club, she had always been the type to keep to herself.
He's a bit socially awkward, don't you think?
You too, Katori. You too. Oh, you're a fine one to talk.
Excuse me, can I ask a question?
Agaha raised her hand.
Go ahead. Specifically speaking, what are the activities that this club is involved in?
Agaha asked a fundamental question. I felt like Amane had been asked this question before. She probably had a rough answer ready. But if we were actually going to take part in the club, we needed her to tell us more specific information.
Well, we make gliders and fly.
That was all she had to say. I think everyone already knew that.
Making or flying, which is the main objective? After building it, then you fly it. Isn't that what normally happens?
But you're not aiming to enter competitions or anything, are you?
Nope, not really.
She answered bluntly, without even a shred of interest.
So the main objective is to build it then?
Building a building.
No, that's wrong. The main objective is to fly above the clouds, right?
Correct. Amane nodded, but somehow she lacked confidence.
How far have you gotten with the glider? A few days ago, I finally finished assembling it, but on the test flight...
As Amane started explaining, she moved inside the garage.
The main wings couldn't take the force.
The ruined wings were in the corner of the garage.
It looks like they weren't strong enough. Now I'm reviewing the designs, but...
Looking at the wings, Amane let out a little groan.
I've redone the strength calculations, but this time I can't find where the problem is. I just can't work it out. It's driving me crazy.
If Amane couldn't understand, there was no way we could. Ageha walked over to where Amane was standing and inspected the wings. She gave it a quick look.
Yep, this is not strong enough.
She said simply.
How do you know? See here, the thickness is uneven, and it's disoriented in places.
Distorted, but yeah.
Distorted, sorry. Oh, so it is. The construction methods are too rough, and these joints aren't strong enough to withstand the load.
Dun dun dun!
Ah!
Amane reeled in shock.
Is that what it was?
She mumbled.
I'm so good with my hands.
She become timid. You made this by hand, piece by piece?
I didn't do it all by myself, but the fuselage is handmade.
And she says she's
it
not good with
handmade?
her hands. Katori and I were surprised, but it didn't seem like a big deal to Ageha.
I see, it's rough. I see, it's rough.
Amane's mood seemed totally shattered.
Because of the parts that OA got, I was able to fix the malfunction in the instruments. If I can just get the main wings repaired, I can go on another test flight.
Are you going to do the wing repairs by hand too?
Yeah, of course.
Ageha checked a part of the wing that wasn't bent. A troubled look brewed on her face.
Would it be better to build the wings from scratch? If you don't, then other areas might give out too, you know. Oh.
Amane looked like she was going to cry. Alright then, we'll help.
This material is FRP, right? I've worked with that before. I might be able to do something about this. We should start immediately. That way we can fly it sooner, right?
The three of us new members started to get excited again.
That would be great, but unfortunately there are no materials. There are lots of parts that can be used for repairs. But to make something of this size from scratch would require a lot of raw materials. How do you usually get things like that? Mail order?
Amane pulled up the website for the materials on the laptop.
To remake the main wings, we need about this much.
Amane entered a number into the order.
Ah! That's not a bad price, but there's no way we can afford that on a club budget.
I didn't know how much the budget for the Soaring Club was, but the price displayed on the page was no small amount.
Well, that's no problem.
Just like that, Amane sent the order.
Is that okay, Amane?
We're made of money, apparently.
Yeah, that amount of money should be no problem at all.
What did she mean, no problem? Did the Soaring Club get some sort of special treatment?
Maybe she's from a rich family. Yeah, it'll take a while for it to arrive, then the construction work can begin.
Which means that we didn't have anything to do after all.
Until then, what should we do? read some manga or something?
Yeah, let's just read all the volumes of Slam Dunk that we can. And with that, Amane went back to the design she was working on. Even though we couldn't work on the construction, there was still plenty of other things we could do. We were still beginners when it came to gliders, so we took some books from the shelf and started our own little study session. Aerodynamics, glider construction, lift, and so on. Amane had already gone over some of the basics with us, but the more we learned, the more interesting it became. Soon it was noon.
If anything, I think they should at least make little model ones and test them.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of did that with the paper ones.
Yeah, I know, but like with the materials that broke, they can use some of that to try to make actual ones with weight and everything.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's tasty. That was the first thing I've eaten for a while.
Amane was eating the food that Kotoria and I had bought at the convenience store this morning. Just for reference, I'd like to ask you, how long has it been since you last ate?
46 hours ago. I had pork cutlet from the cafeteria. I ordered the large size. Would you like to eat this too?
Out of pity, Kotori offered Amane her pickled plum jelly-filled donut. I mean, rice ball.
Boy! Oh, thanks.
Come on. I had to. Jelly-filled donuts are my favorite.
Nom 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 nom.
Those were not onigiri.
She's quite the appetite, doesn't she?
Witnessing the Amane Mochizuki eating style for the first time, Ageha was quite taken back. I think that's supposed to be taken aback, but whatever. I guess her image of Amane as the mysterious, beautiful senior student had been destroyed. Who would have... We would have club all day today, so Ageha had brought lunch as well. Are there any other parts that we need? I asked Amane once she had calmed down after her meal.
Only one. What is it? I can't get one no matter what I do. The truth is, it's a big problem.
The seriousness in her voice drew us in.
What is it you need? A pilot.
Amane said it as if it was the punchline on some corny TV show. Oh, you mean like this game? Aren't you going to fly it?
You flew it the other day! I'm not very good, though. Also, last time I almost failed when landing and damaged the tail. It's true, the tail has scratches on it. I'm really uncoordinated, you know. A total klutz.
Hang on. Could you come here for a second? I called Amane over to an open space. Why don't you try jumping from side to side?
Oh, okay.
She gave it a try.
Amani just side to side, you know? Yeah, I know.
She was supposed to be jumping side to side, but she just kept stumbling and taking steps. Her body even turned to the side. It looked like some kind of terrible dancing. It's true. She's terrible.
She's terrible.
Without thinking, we all murmured in unison. Maybe gross motor skills weren't that important for piloting a glider, but that level of clumsiness could be dangerous.
Also, I have acrophobia.
Huh?
Huh? When I go to high places, I get scared and feel dizzy.
Why would someone like that be making a glider?
But I have my license, you know. I'm qualified to fly.
She must have worked really hard. Okay, you can stop jumping now.
I'm worn out.
Amane wiped the sweat from her forehead, and at least she looked natural when she did that.
Yes, yes, yes!
Suddenly, Kotori raised her hand.
I want to do it! I want to be the pilot!
As Kotori vigorously volunteered, Amane made a troubled face.
I'm sorry. You can't do it. Why not? If I need to practice, I'll try really hard. I might not look like it, but I've got great motor skills. You can't push the rudder pedals through, can you? Rudder pedals?
There were pedals in the cockpit. If you couldn't push them, you couldn't pilot the glider. Kotori moved back, dejected.
Well, I'd rather not do it. I'm more interested in the making than the flying.
I guess that means it's all on to me, Agaha said while she was busy looking inside the cockpit. That left only one person. I want to do it. I was fairly confident I would be able to handle it.
Alright, it's decided. Oi, you will undergo training to become a pilot.
Okay, and that was how I came to be the pilot. After club activities had finished, I returned to the dormitory. Come on, cheer up.
What? I am cheerful.
Ever since it was decided that I would be the pilot, Kotori had been down in the dumps. Just because he can't pilot it doesn't mean that you can't fly. The glider was a double-seater. Some gliders were single-seater only. But our double-seater could fly with 2 people at once. Once I'm able to fly, you'll be the first person I'm taking with me.
It's annoying how it feels like you're looking down on me. But it's a deal.
Good. Alright, let's prepare for dinner. Hello, we're back! I pushed Kotori's wheelchair through the entranceway.
Welcome back, Oi, Kotori. Hello.
Oh, shit. Kanako, thank you so much for yesterday.
No, I'm glad it went well. I wanted to sort of the heavens, too. By the way, Kotori, she's here.
You get a new voice.
Hmm? Kotori! Ah!
As we entered the dining hall, an unknown girl came flying out to hug Kotori.
This! I'm sorry that I couldn't go back to see you.
Kotori's older sister burst into tears as she held her and rubbed her cheek against Kotori.
Hold on! Hey, that hurts! Hibari, let me go!
Realizing that she was suffocating her younger sister, she let go of Kotori. Who's this?
He's my big sister.
Kotori introduced us in a way that implied, I don't like doing introductions.
This mean-looking boy is, well, he doesn't really look that mean, but he's violent and gives me karate chops.
Yeah, hurry with the introduction.
He's our house mother.
Nice to meet you. I'm Aoi Minase, the current house mother. I bowed my head, and Kotori's sister stood up quickly and straightened out her messed up clothes.
I apologize for the late introduction. I'm Hibari Hibane. I'm Kotori's older sister.
She seemed overly proud to being Kotori's sister.
I heard that there was a new house mother, so I thought I should meet you as soon as possible.
I'm sorry, but the expression on her face just looks like absolute confusion. Why does she look cross-eyed?
Well, I would be confused too because the house mother is a man. But I've been out of Japan with my job for a while. This is nothing special, but please share this with everyone.
She gave a deep bow and passed me a gift wrapped in paper from a famous Japanese sweet shop. Thank you very much. I was surprised at first, but she seemed like a perfectly sensible person. She seemed really nice, unlike her younger sister.
What did you bring us? Sweet bean jelly from Mifune. There's also some ice cream in the fridge. Yay! As expected of my big sister Ibari.
Katori rushed straight to the fridge. You can eat that after dinner.
It's fine, just one spoonful.
No!
Mean as always. Katori looks like she's having such a good time. I had no reason to worry. Oh, that's right, Katori!
While Katori had the fridge open and was rummaging around inside, her sister went over to her.
I was so happy to see you that I completely forgot. Are you serious about quitting school? Not so loud.
The others were all around outside the dining room.
Why do you want to quit? Did something bad happen? If so, I'll speak to your teacher. I'm not going to quit anymore. Huh? I still haven't completely made up my mind, though. I'm going to keep trying for a little while longer. I see.
Hibari breathed a sigh of relief.
Katori, when you said he wanted to quit school, it made me worry so much. I'm sorry for worrying you like that. No, it's okay.
Hibari had said she was working away from Japan. Kanako had also mentioned something, so I decided to ask about it. Did you go away, Hibari?
On an overseas business trip. She could speak German, Spanish, English, Swedish.
That seemed like a lot of languages.
I was against it, but I had to go under company orders.
Confused look intensifies.
She was only studying foreign language as a hobby. If it meant that I couldn't see Katori, I thought that it might be better to quit the company. No, that would be going too far, sis. No, not really. Actually, I was supposed to have been coming back tomorrow, but I was just so worried that I came back a day early.
The extremely protective older sister trope.
So what really happened? Tell me everything.
記録した
It's fine now, it's no big deal. It was like the back-to-school blues, 2 months late.
Hibari looked at me with tearful eyes. She was trying to say that if I knew anything, I should spill the beans. I think that everything's okay with Katori. Today, she went to do club activities, even though he had a day off school.
Club activities?
We're in the soaring club, right, Katori?
Soaring club? What's that? It's...
Have you heard of gliders? Well, it's like an airplane. It's used to fly through the sky.
Sky. No, that's not it, Hibari. I'm not going to fly. I mean, I can't fly. I was just told today that I couldn't do it.
As Katori desperately tried to cover it up, she glared at me to do something. That's right. We don't just fly. We build gliders and so on. I don't really know why, but I followed her lead.
Really?
記録した
Yeah, so don't worry.
Hibari looked like she accepted it for the time being and didn't pursue the issue any further. Katori seemed relieved. It was like there was some reason why she shouldn't be doing club activities. Anyway, something smells good. The smell that stimulated my hunger drifted through the air.
I've been making paella. I was taught how to make it while I was away. There's enough for everyone, so please enjoy.
Hibari's home cooking was superb. The paella, a Spanish-style rice dish with shrimp and shellfish, was well received by everyone. Why did that seem like a giant tongue twister? After the main course was dessert, which was sweet bean jelly from a famous Japanese sweets shop. It was perfect. Apparently, Hibari had been visiting Flying Fish Manor since a while back, and had been making food for Kotori and the other boarders. Because of Kotori's handicap, she had been given special permission to come at any time by the owner of the dormitory. Thanks to her wonderful cooking, everyone was feeling satisfied after the meal. Especially Kanako. Hibari seems to get along well with everyone. At the dinner table, Hibari was very open with not only her sister, but with all of the other boarders.
Yeah, you're right. Since Kotori is like that, she takes care of her as a big sister, doesn't she?
I wasn't sure if Kanako was talking about Kotori's disability or her personality.
I mean, both are a disability at this point.
Wow.
What? She does, like...
She's getting better!
She is, but it was, like, it was a disability as in, like, it kept her from doing things that she should have been able to.
Okay, fair enough. Anyways.
And she always buys some souvenirs for everyone.
She's got such a cute little sister. So she can't help but want to take care of her. Keep that innocent, guys. And gals. While we were speaking, Hibari pushed Kotori in her wheelchair out of the dining hall. Thank you for the meal, Hibari.
It was my pleasure. I'll clean everything up later, so you can just leave it there for now.
Even though she had only just gotten back from an overseas business trip, she had a lot of energy about her. God, I couldn't imagine that. I couldn't imagine that. Like, just flying back from where I was, which shall not be named, to Minnesota, just felt like a absolute, like, I had jet lag after like a 1.5 hour flight.
I spent, I think, a whole 24 hours traveling when I got back from England.
Yeesh. Then again,
yeah, I
think I was very sunburned as well.
Oof.
So that kind of sapped my energy. And
that saps everyone's energy.
Yeah, I had been sunburned like the day before my flight, so.
That's what happened to Matthew on when he was here like 2 summers ago. We went to the beach literally the day before they left, and him and his mom both got really bad sunburns on their backs. So they had to sit on an 8-hour flight.
Oh no!
With sunburns.
Oh no!
It was so bad. It was like, and Matthew was blistering in his back.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
So like he couldn't sit back and get.
Yikes!
I still feel bad.
So we couldn't frickin'. We didn't want to like do any like large scale luggage. So my parents are still down there, and they're gonna be coming up later. They're going on to do something else. I don't exactly remember what, but it's on a beach somewhere.
Ooh.
And they have like most of our stuff with there. We basically just brought back what we thought we would need for 2 weeks. So, but it was still quite a bit of stuff that I had to carry on my sunburnt shoulders in a heavy backpack.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's never fun.
Yeah. Anyways, I couldn't help but notice her good looks too. Oh. I read that without registering it in my brain first. No, I can't do that. I just read a line. No, I can't do that.
Oh, it's stuck again. Okay. That's right. After having such a delicious meal, you should do some work.
Kotori said, as if it was all her doing. Kotori must also have been proud of her sister. Kotori, you can help me too later.
What?
You ate that delicious food too, didn't you? For some reason, Kotori's reaction seemed a little cuter than usual. It must have been her sister's influence.
before that, we're going to take a bath together.
Isn't that okay? Okay, Japan. All right, Japan.
Okay.
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 They're not little children.
I mean, maybe if you were both like if you were like 2 years old and an infant, then maybe. But
I mean, I get it. They're both girls, but come on. They're one of them is in high school, and the other one's even older.
yeah. And also, we'll be sleeping together tonight. In separate beds.
I totally get that.
Huh? Why?
The couple of times recently that I've been forced to share a bed with my brother, it has been absolute pain.
Okay, sharing a bed with siblings rather than friends is a lot different. When we originally moved, my friend, you know her, like, she was on stream a few times. We took her with us, and my mom drove back with her because my mom's still at school.
Was this Tori?
And yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I miss her. She used to be an original, but that before she left the server.
Yeah. But yeah, we cross-country traveled, and so, we shared a bed, whenever, like, you know, we were at a hotel or anything, but it's like, you know, I don't see an issue with it, like, you know.
No, just, I don't know, I'm sure I'm gonna be a terrible husband, but just having to share a bed with anyone, it's like, especially, well, usually they, for some reason, it's always, they roll onto my side and not the other way around.
Okay, no, that's with me. Like, I'm like honestly so worried that when me and Matthew are married, he won't be able to get any sleep because I toss and turn in bed, and he is such a light sleeper. Like his dog, when she would jump up and off the bed, it'd wake him up, and I'm like, oh my freaking gosh.
That is same here.
He's never gonna get any sleep.
I understand Matt's pain.
Oh my gosh! Like, I feel so worried because I'm like, I don't want to disturb his sleep.
Not only
but at
am
the
I
same
like...
time, I get so cold. So when I'm sleeping near anyone, like, you know, sharing a hotel bed or anything, I normally scoot close to them for their warmth.
Yeah.
But it's like.
Okay, I don't do that. I have qualms against doing that. But.
Okay. I'm very cold, like, all the time. Like, heck, right now I have a blanket around my legs.
Good lord, I wish I were you.
Like, it's not fun, though, because I'm constantly cold.
I literally
and I never get warm.
I literally have 2 fans pointed straight at me, and I'm warm.
Oh my gosh. I'd be freezing.
I'd rather be freezing than boiling.
I guess.
I don't know, that's just... all the time for me. Anyways, why?
Oh, please don't tell me it paused again.
I just pressed A, so.
Okay. Because it's really uncomfortable when you hug me when you're half asleep. I was looking forward to that, which is why I came back in such a hurry.
So together with Hibari, acting downhearted, they headed to the bathroom. As I watched them leave, oh yeah, they're going to take a bath, aren't they? I remember that Kotori was desperately trying to cover up the fact that she was in the soaring club. It must be because her family would worry if she were to do anything dangerous. It seemed very unnatural to me, and it played on my mind.
Dangerous.
Oh. I was just like, it's an extended wings. No, it isn't? Yes, it is.
Okay, that seems like a good place to stop, yeah?
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's already 8:36.
There we go. Okay, let me save. Anyways, this was a long one, but, you know, so is this game, so...
Yeah.
But we beat the
We still
prologue!
We still haven't made any choices.
Yeah, but that'll happen soon.
I hope so.
But we beat the prologue. Yeah!
We know how they both got their injuries, kind of.
Yeah, we got some backstory.
Finally.
More so on Aoi than on Kotori, but we did get backstory on both of them.
Yeah.
Anyways, that is gonna do it. Skyward Sword tomorrow. If I... okay, if
Actually, no, can't.
Oh, you can't?
I work.
Oh,
Till 9:30.
Right. Thursday then?
But I can do Thursday.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Skyward Sword on Thursday then. Yay! I'm sure I'll be feeling. I promise to stream. If I stream, it's either gonna be no stream or Skyward Sword. I'm not gonna like change it up again.
Mhm.
But I
Well, and
will.
as you said, you were gonna go flip flop with these games.
Yeah, and I don't want to like. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, continue testing, and best of luck in all of your future endeavors. See you on Thursday. Bye bye.